In this session, let's talk about parallel testing using TestProject. Parallel testing is a way to execute one or more test scripts at the same time with different parameters. The test scripts can be executed on more than one browser. It can also be executed on more than one mobile device. The device can be an Android emulator or an iOS simulator. There are multiple reasons for executing parallel testing, but two reasons include increase our test coverage and run our test scripts much faster. My plan is to discuss the benefits of parallel testing, then demo how to create a test script with parameters and execute the test scripts using TestProject. After execution, I will compare the serial and parallel test results. Serial testing is also known as sequential testing. That process is different from parallel testing because it does not execute our test scripts at the same time. It waits to execute the next test script. That leads to the benefits of parallel testing. One of the benefits is speed. Speed is a benefit because it reduces the overall execution time. We execute many test scripts at the same time, so they complete at a faster rate. With that fast rate, our team receives fast feedback. The feedback helps us to quickly pinpoint possible errors. Also, the test coverage is increased because we can execute many scenarios on a heavy number of platform browser devices in a timely manner. Now, let's demo how to create a test script. If you want more information, you can check out my blog post article on TestProject. In the platform, we create a test script by going to our project, then click New Test. We have the option of creating a mobile or web test. Let's go with web. Then click Next. Name will be Parallel Test Execution. Description and tags are not required. Then next, the web application is TestProject example page. Record and start recording. The scenario will combine data-driven testing and cross-browser testing. Data-driven testing will enter more than one full name, while cross-browser testing will execute on Chrome, Firefox, and Edge. Full name is Joe Doe, and the password is 12345. Then click the login button. For our test, we can add a validation step, but I will bypass a validation step. Let me go ahead and delete step 3 to scroll the window. And I'm going to add some parameters. The purpose of a parameter is to operate like a placeholder for a value. We click the Parameters tab, then click Create New Parameter. Name is full name. Description is not required, but I'm going to still enter full name. Then by default, I'm going to enter a value as Joe Doe. Now, at this point, we can add the parameter for step 3 for Joe Doe by clicking Joe Doe, scroll down to inputs and erase Joe Doe and click use parameter. Select full name, then save the step. We see the step has a parameter because it shows full name and not a hard-coded value. Run, and let's see if the test passed. Yes, we see all of the steps pass because it has a green bar. For the test, we download a template by going to these 3 dots, then select CSV parameters template. We perform data-driven testing by adding some parameters for full name. Let me erase application URL from column A. How about Joe Doe, Jane Doe, and John Doe? Save the new file and override the previous file we just downloaded. Last step is to add the data file to our test. Go to Data Sources, select New Data Source. Name is full name parameters. Then upload the file and create. Now our parameters are set. Go back to test and the jobs. Let's execute by adding the test to a job. I'm going to expand this and we're going to select new job, then web. And of course, click next. Name is parallel execution demo. At this point, we select the browser which will perform cross-browser testing because we are going to select more than one browser: Chrome, Edge, and Firefox. Here's where we execute as a serial test or parallel test. By default, it shows serial and restart the browser before each test is not checked. Information shows tests will be executed one by one on each defined browser. When I check the box, it updates to add the browser will be restarted before each test. Parallel has two options plus a checkbox. Uncheck the box. The two options are run browsers in parallel and run both browsers and test in parallel. Now, I'm going to go ahead and click create to start with parallel. And we're going to drag the test to the job. If I hover the first icon, it says data source is not attached. Click the icon and select the data source, full name parameters, and update. Next step is to play. And job execution has started. Go to monitor. And we're going to see how the monitor shows three browsers running at the same time. It's initializing right now. All three browsers show up: Chrome, Edge, and Firefox. Now they're completed. That was parallel execution. Now let's execute serial. Go back to project. And we see, it shows parallel execution. Select the icon. Next, the browsers will remain the same. So next, and select serial, then save. This time, we're going to see what happens. The icon shows serial execution. I'm going to play the job. Let's look at the monitor. This time, we do not see all three browsers at the same time. They will appear one at a time because serial testing does not run at the same time. Chrome, Edge, and the good part, it shows the percentage of completion for serial testing and cross-browser parallel testing. Completed. Both jobs are complete. So let's compare the test results. Go to reports. We see our job, parallel execution demo. The first execution for parallel shows a duration of 43 seconds. Second duration for serial shows 1 minute and 4 seconds. That's almost double the execution time. Imagine the duration time with the real life scenario that has more test scripts. This comparison shows the power of parallel testing using TestProject. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next session.